Tennessee, come out and play.
This is it, Jennifer. Your big breaking TV.
Yo, what's poppin', Henny? Gang. Bar is open, y'all. I smell a debunking video coming on. Ciao. Least we not forget, this is Hennessy Reviews.
Having a fun time.
What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the bar. It's your girl, Henny, and I'm about to... Let me put my mic where it go. My mic sound nice, check one. My mic sound nice, check two. All right, so if you are over on IG, then you should know that means the bar is open. Welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a long time since I have been over here in these YouTube streets live because I have been focusing head down on the series that I was working on when it came down to the question of who was Tammy Cowens. Now, Cowens, however you want to say it. You know, I'm ending this live over here on YouTube, so come join us on IG, so come join us on YouTube. All right, y'all. So I have been working knee deep. Where's Wilson Vibes? Is Wilson Vibes in the comment section? Wilson, if you are in here, please make your presence known, birthday girl. Because Henny is going to do something for you, just for you. So today it is Wilson Vibes' birthday. So she may be out celebrating a little bit with fam. So I'm going to say, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, Wilson. Happy birthday. So she could catch that on the replay because on over here at the bar, when we know it's your birthday and we know who you are, we say happy birthday to you. Anyway, so I've been knee deep in the meat stuff and the Tammy Cowan stuff and the stuff. So I know a lot of you guys was like, okay, Henny, when are we going to get to some of that Henny that y'all be pouring up? Well, we're going to get to it tonight. Now, I know that the topic of Reggie Wright and Tupac's unaliving has been something that has been rumored since the day that Tupac transitioned, okay? And it seems that these allegations are beginning to circle the block yet again, because in the latest court docs from Keefe D, it looks like there are some accusations that are being made against Reggie Wright Jr. yet again. And I'm going to take you back into time. Before I even give you the content that I had, I'm going to take you back into time to remind you of some of the things that were being said and that was circulating around Reggie Wright Jr. I did find an old clip from one of the investigations that did go on when it came down to his unaliving. And I'm going to play that for you guys. Okay. This one is pertaining to when they had the Nextel phones and someone got him. So I'm going to remind y'all of that. And then we're going to get right into all of the hot, juicy topics. So this is shout out to Davison. This is where I got this video from. So let's go ahead without further ado.
While I was working at 662, I heard something over the Nextels that we all carry for security. And what I heard was, got him.
No, that's news to me. The only phones I know of, I think, are all through AT&T.
These radios that we keep talking about, the Nextel telephones, two-way radios, they had pretty much just come into play. Because originally, all we had were the regular radios, just the radio itself. And probably closer to around the time of us coming out to Las Vegas, around the time frame of Pac being killed, I would say that those Nextel phone radios had just come into play for right-way security. There was only, it's a guess, there was probably only 4
Did you hear what he said?
There was probably only those had just come into play for right-way security. There was only radios had just come into play for right-way security.
Those phones had just come into play for right-way security. Right-way security was the name of Reggie Wright Jr.'s security company. So these phones that they're talking about came from him, and they came into the fold when it came down to the security that was surrounding Tupac.
There was only, it's a guess, there was probably only 4 or 5 of them. Okay, but it was enough to go around to the people that mattered that should have had them.
The Nextel information is news.
The voice was definitely one of our, not paid security, but one of security that works with directly for Mr. Knight, came over the radio. Now, I couldn't pinpoint exactly whose voice it was, but it was some voice that I had heard before. So I knew it was one of our, not one of our direct security that was hired with us, but one of the, what do we call them? One of the homeboy securities. You said got him right before me and Mr. Wright got in the vehicle to go get to the hospital.
Michael Moore.
Did you hear what he said? He said there was a transmission that came over Reggie Wright's Nextel that said got him right before they got into the car to go to the hospital. And you also heard that there was a select number of those cell phones that were given out and that they came from Right Way Security. Now, I'm not accusing anybody. I'm just laying all of this stuff out for y'all because some of y'all may have missed this. Some of y'all may have forgot that hearing this name, Reggie Wright Jr., in association with the assassination of Tupac is not anything new.
The night that Tupac was shot, after being taken off of Tupac with me, went back over to Club 662.
Then someone else came on the radio and said, hey, don't say nothing over the radio.
So Michael was with Reggie and they went to the hospital together. And Michael talks about hearing something over the radio. Well, he would have heard it over Reggie's radio because he wouldn't have had a radio that night.
Nextel sold a push-to-talk feature, which was
Now, what's going to happen next is they're going to explain to you about the Nextel push-to-talk. Remember the everybody had them. Oh, you ain't tell me none of this. You're very welcome. So now what's going to happen in this next portion of the video is they're going to explain to you how the Nextel phones were working back in 1996 because they were out then, whether you know it or not. But they're going to tell you how they worked and if this was possible to be a cross communication.
Essentially a walkie-talkie over a cell phone line. With it, conversations could be transmitted via speakerphone. This was how Moore heard the conversation on Wright's cell phone. But was this a random broadcast meant for a wider audience, with Moore and Wright only passive listeners? That's possible now. But what about in 1996? We asked the Sprint Nextel Corporation to comment on the ability to communicate with a group on the push-to-talk feature.
It's crazy. Sorry to interrupt it, but it's crazy to hear them say Sprint Nextel because it went from being Nextel to Sprint Nextel to now T-Mobile. There is no more Sprint Nextel. That's crazy work, right?
Jack Lance, I'm a communications manager for Sprint Nextel. Group talk for the push-to-talk product was not available in 1996 as it is now.
So if a Nextel radio broadcast had to be a point-to-point conversation, and Moore hears the message over Wright's Nextel, then only one conclusion remains. Someone with immediate knowledge of the kill called Wright directly.
Right after.
So basically what they said in that Nextel portion of that video was that back in 1996, the push-to-text feature that was being used was not able to be used by a group of people. You had to push to talk somebody directly. You could not do a group thing the way that you were able to do as technology advanced. So basically that means that whoever made that transmission of got him and said not over the phone or not over the radio, they had to be directly connected. It couldn't have been anybody outside. Now that's what they said. But now I have here before us court docs that were filed on 2/14/2025 when it comes down to Keefe D. This is not the one that I want, I don't think. Hold on one second. Let me get the court doc up for y'all because y'all know I got it. If I said I got it, then I got it. Okay. But what the heck? There's a couple of things that have gone on with Mr. Duane Keefe D. Davis. Okay, right here. This is where we wanna be. So this is the document, okay? And it's the defense unopposed motion to continue trial. So they were asking for a continuance, all right? And like I said, it was dated on the 14th file, but the paperwork is dated on the 13th. So it says points of authorities and facts. Now, by the way of this motion, defendant respectfully requests a continuance of the jury trial, currently set for March 17th, 2025. Calendar call is currently set for March 11th of 2025. The reason for the requested continuance are as followed. Now, I want y'all to pay close attention to this. On January 23rd, hold on one second. It's too quiet. Y'all know I don't like that quiet shit. Hold on. All right, y'all. So on January 23rd, 2025, the court granted defendants ex parte motion for the employment of a private investigator and payment of fees. The private investigator has identified several witnesses that have testified regarding the sudden death of Tupac Shakur while at the hospital after reaching a stable condition. I'm going to read that again. The private investigator, let me know if y'all hear me good or not. Let me know if I sound distorted or if I'm coming in clear. Maybe I need to push back from the mic. Let me know in the comments while I'm doing this. All right, let's read that one more again from the top. On January 23rd, 2025, that's this year, the court granted defendants ex parte motion for the employment of a private investigator and payment of fees. The private investigator has identified several witnesses that have testimony regarding the sudden unaliving of Tupac Shakur while at the hospital after reaching a stable condition. Moreover, document requests have been sent out to the various witnesses and entities to determine the validity of some other cause of unaliving for Mr. Shakur. Lastly, a forensic pathologist has to be identified and requested for ex parte for payment of fees to review evidence discovered through this area of inquiry. Additionally, the private investigator is scheduling interviews with various participants, witnesses that will be able to state Mr. Duane Davis was not present at the shooting of Mr. Tupac Shakur and was not in Vegas at the time of the shooting. Now pause, because that's not what we've been hearing, because we've been hearing that he was there. And as a matter of fact, he was in the car and he placed himself in the car. Isn't that correct? Henny Glass is in the chat if that is correct in what you've heard. Additionally, the private investigator, the private investigator has identified Reggie Wright Jr., the state's witness for grand jury testimony, and his security team orchestrated the shooting of Tupac Shakur and is interviewing witnesses that will be able to testify to these issues at the time of trial. One more again. The private investigator has identified that Reggie Wright Jr., the state's witness for grand jury testimony, and his security team orchestrated the shooting of Tupac Shakur and is interviewing witnesses that will be able to testify to these issues at the time of trial. Lastly, Mr. Davis has requested that a team of attorneys be assembled to be brought up to speed thus far on the discovery and state allegations in this case, since the discovery and witnesses are voluminous and difficult for one attorney to complete the trial individually. Okay, their argument is when an action is called for trial or at any time previous thereto, the court may, upon sufficient case shown, be either party or by affidavit, direct the trial to be postponed for another day. The conclusion is based on foregoing, defendant respectfully requests that the honorable court grant defendant's motion and reset the jury trial to a time and date convenient to all parties. And it looks like there is a calendar call on here now. Mr. Arnold, okay, court note, Mr. Arnold filed a motion to continue trial. Mr. Palel stated that the motion was unopposed and the court ordered the motion advanced and granted. It will now be, there will be a court check status for the trial readiness in June of this year, June 17th of 2025. Let me remove my watermark so that y'all can see this, because the court granted the motion and now the Keefe D trial will not continue on until February 3rd of 2026. And the jury trial is set for 2/9/2026. And you know what? I find this very ironic to have come across this information, and I haven't seen, I'm not saying that nobody else has covered, and you know, in all fairness, I have been a little busy myself, but I haven't seen or heard anyone talking about this particular court doc as of yet, and I just don't understand it. And what also has me puzzling is that just a day ago, Reggie Wright Jr. allegedly, because we don't know if Wack hung up or if Reggie really hung up the phone on him, posted a video on his Bomb First YouTube channel saying that he tells Wack 100 he's a Tupac hater and kicks him off of Bomb First. Now, if y'all didn't catch that, let me play that for you, because it's awful odd how those court docs came down. And you cannot tell me that they did not know that these court docs had come down, but that those court docs came down. And yet here you were pulling one of these moves. Now, if you don't believe that they be out here running moves, running plays and all of that, I don't know what it's going to take for you to believe that or see it for yourself. Let me turn this music down just a smidge and let's listen to what they're saying.
I saw an interview that you did over there with our boy Vlad, where you said "Hit 'Em Up" was not a better song, or "They're Not Like Us" and "Ether," and you said somebody else was a better song than "Hit 'Em Up." And I understand your reasoning, but I don't agree with you. And I said, how can you put 2 or 3 songs over "Hit 'Em Up"? You gotta really hate Tupac, like everybody be saying. I gotta agree with them finally about my boy Wack.
Okay, well, let's break it down.
All right.
I said "No Vaseline"
Correct.
by Ice Cube.
And I love that one too, though.
"Ether" by Nas.
Yeah.
And
so if you're not sure what it is that they are talking about, he's calling Wack out because Wack was over on Vlad and he did not, he had some things to say about Tupac, as Wack often does have things to say about people who are legendary and iconic. He wants to make his list the only list that's valid, but we as a hip hop culture do not accept your list, sir. You are not even an artist. You are barely even a manager. Okay. You are a con man. But anyway, let's continue.
"The Bitch in You" by Common.
Yeah, you did say that. I don't believe you said that.
Now, let's establish the difference between those 3 songs and "Hit 'Em Up."
Austin, abso-freaking-lutely, you damn right. It's in black and white that they believe he did it. Now the problem gonna come in when trying to get people to testify. Come on with it.
No help.
Man, he's the outlaws. You gonna get the outlaws?
Cube, Nas, right, and Common. They're the only ones on those songs going at who they're going at. Common is going at a whole group, the whole West Side Connection. "No Vaseline," Cube is going at the whole NWA. And Nas is going straight at Jay-Z.
You know, Reggie, ever since this Diddy story broke and we've been covering it ongoing, it reminds me how important it is to have, which was 40 times. You do so from the comfort of your home.
Okay, Pop
It's 3-4 motherfuckers on the song. Right? He got help. He look broke. He got help. Now, if you want to create another lane of group rap diss songs, okay, maybe put it over there. That's
but he said, but he let them go at other people. He didn't let them go after Biggie. He let them go after their little homies.
It's the song, right? We're talking about the 3-4 minute duration of the song. What?
Absolutely produced by JB. I don't even understand it. Like, you're right. Things get suppressed and hidden all the time, but when you come with some things that are evidential, that like there's proof, solidified proof, documentation. When you speak in truth, they don't never want to hear the truth. All they want to hear is scandal. All they want to hear is chaos, confusion, and anything that is disrupting. But yes, they are debating about Tupac's "Hit 'Em Up" versus "No Vaseline," "The Bitch in You," and I forgot the other one. Ether. And Wack is saying what makes their songs better songs than Tupac's "Hit 'Em Up" is because they did that. They went at somebody with no help. Like he could write a rap song.
Kept you listening to the song, right? Was it Pop? Not to say that he couldn't have handled it.
Okay.
I'm saying he did. Okay. Maybe he was intimidated by the shit. Maybe he needed some help. Maybe his pen wasn't working. I don't know. And then, let's keep it real. He said the Fugazi weird ass line. Rule number 1 of the streets.
He said, your fofo make your kids don't grow because he's going to kill you.
And no children. Am I right, Red?
Well, wait a minute. That's Order War. Order War is fucking another man's bitch. You know that. Order War.
So he's on here defending Tupac while his name is over there in a case. Let's get all the way to the end because both of them are pissing me off.
Right. He ain't fuck face, bro.
I see them pushing her head down towards him.
He saw that girl. She ain't taking it like she should take it. Right?
No, she was doing what she do. She was getting back at Biggie. She was mad. You know that. You know how the women are when they get mad. Just like dudes do.
You think Faith would have had a problem if she wanted to get back at him? Let him know that I gave Fox.
No, it ain't like this fucking any. It's messing with Tupac. All right, Wack. Well, I'm convinced. I'm convinced with my Bone First family that you just a Tupac hater, dog. That's all I gotta say. You just don't like Tupac. Anything Tupac do, you don't like. That's just what I learned from this conversation, dog. So we're gonna end it there because you can't be on Ball First with me today because you talking about Tupac. Peace.
You can't be on Ball First with me today because you're talking about Tupac. Oh, really? Oh, really? When your name is right here in the case, right here, Reggie Wright Jr. is right there in a case that involves Tupac being unalived. Are you kidding me? Now, I've heard rumors also through the rumor mills for a very long time, since Keffe D's arrest, I could say. A lot of people... Oh, no, my shoulder is good. A lot of people have said that Keefe D didn't have anything to do with this. And it's been rumored for a lot of years. What's up, Hankin TV? It's been rumored for a lot of years that Reggie Wright had a hand in all of this. He was part of the security detail and all of those things. And I find it just so hypocritical. And there's no way you could tell me that you don't know that your name is in those court docs, sir, because I know you've been keeping up with what's been going on with Keefe D. And I am surprised. Has anybody heard Wack 100 say anything about this? Because at one point in time, remember, he was keeping up with Keefe D as long as Keefe D's story was going to line his pockets with some manyan. But since it was deemed that he was unable to actually get him bailed out, and he, I guess, was not able to secure the life rights to Keefe D's story, we haven't heard Wack say a peep about Keefe D or keeping up with the trial. But yet, Mr. Expose the Exposers has yet to expose this paperwork. Now, again, I am not saying that these are actual things, because one thing that I'm learning about court docs is you can follow the story, you can piece things together, and guess what? You can still have it wrong. That's why it says everything is alleged, even when we're reading court docs, because we weren't there, so we don't know what really happened. What we are getting is one person's side and the other person's side, and the judge or the jury has to decide whose side was more convincing. That's all court docs are. But in this court doc, it says a private investigator found proof that Pac was stable in the hospital. And I heard that. Henny Glasses in the chat, if you had heard that too, that he was stable at one point in time and then all of a sudden he was gone. I'm definitely keeping my eyes on all of this and have the alarm set, the reminder set to follow up. Yeah, see, y'all heard that. I know I wasn't the only one that heard that. I am not crazy. But now they're saying they have evidence to what really happened to him. Those little paragraphs right there, when I was reading those court docs, had me like, yo. Nasty work. But anyway, there's other things that have been going on with Keefe D as well. If y'all remember, he was saying that he was receiving threats while he was in Click Click City. And it looks like he may have been telling the truth, because Mr. Keefe D has been getting into some scuffles, and it looks like it was more than just the scuffle that he had that we saw on video. Henny Glasses in the chat, if y'all seen the video of Keefe D and another inmate scrapping, because I figured, they must have set that up. But while y'all are throwing those Henny Glasses up or not, let me go ahead and let me get into this document that is also dated 2/7/2025. All right. And this is an indictment that is being brought down on, I don't know how to say his name, Rokalan Rahim. Hold on, y'all. Ooh. Raheem Hamilton, Duane Keith Davis. This is where the indictment is coming down. The state of Nevada is versing them. The defendants in the above named, accused by Clark County grand jury of crimes within the county of Clark, state of Nevada, on or about December 23rd, 2024, committed one or more of the following crimes: battery by prisoner, a B felony, challenges to fight, a misdemeanor. So it says count 1, battery by a prisoner. Rokalan Rahim Hamilton did on or about December 23rd, 2024, willfully, unlawfully, and feloniously and knowingly use force or violence upon the person of another, Duane Davis. The defendant at the time of this offense was a prisoner by striking him about the body. So this dude beat Keefe D up. Then it says count 2, battery by a prisoner. Duane Keith Davis did on or about December 23rd, 2024, willfully, unlawfully, feloniously, and knowingly use force or violence upon a person of another, Rokalan Hamilton. The defendant at the time of this defense was a prisoner by striking Rokalan Hamilton about the body. So they were poop, 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 poop. They was duking it out, y'all. They was duking it out. Count 3, challenges to fight. Rokalan Rahim Hamilton and Duane Keith Davis did willfully and unlawfully, upon previous concert and agreement, fight with one another. So Keefe D is also being charged with the fight that he had with another inmate. Okay. Let me see if I can pull this video up for y'all really quickly. Here it is. I'm sorry to laugh, y'all. Let's play the video. Shout out to 8 News Now in Las Vegas.
We're learning more about a jail fight involving the man accused in the murder of Tupac Shakur. Clark County grand jury indicting 61-year-old Duane Keefe D. Davis on the charges after police say he fought with another murder suspect inside the Clark County Detention Center. These images, our 8 News Now investigators first showed you that fight. Now, documents we obtained reveal a jail employee told the grand jury both men said, "What's up?" to each other and then started fighting. The indictment means these new charges automatically moved to district court. Davis had 2 court hearings today, did not appear. His trial on the murder charge remains scheduled to begin next month.
Let me see if I can find. Do they have the actual fight? I want to see the fight. Hold on, let me move this watermark.
Fox 5's Mike Allen walks us through what happened. Duane Davis is answering for a jailhouse brawl. Here's what court records show, along with images from surveillance video released by Las Vegas Justice Court. On December 23rd, Davis was being escorted back into his cell when another inmate, Rockland Hamilton, who's also facing a murder charge, is standing to the right by a sink in this room. Hamilton walked over to Davis and squared up, looking ready to fight.
Not squared up.
And grappling, and the officer escorting Davis called for backup, gave verbal commands too for the inmates to stop fighting, and then hit them with pepper spray. Before backup officers arrived, the two inmates kept grappling and throwing punches and were eventually separated after backup officers got into the room. Both Davis and Hamilton faced battery by prisoner charges. Mike Allen, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.
Y'all, I gotta actually find the video because to me the video was hilarious watching the two of them actually scrapping. I don't know if they're gonna show it to us. I'm trying to see if they actually are showing it. Ah, got it. I got it.
We're seeing video of the fight between the man accused of orchestrating the murder of Tupac Shakur and another man accused of murder, leading to new charges for both. Thank you for joining us at 4. I'm Kirsten Joyce.
And I'm Brian Loftus. Now, this upcoming murder trial, we're following it quite closely with this fight now part of the puzzle. David Charnes first with the video from the Clark County Detention Center.
I don't know why this is so funny to me to see this happen right now. I don't know, but it's just making me chuckle a little bit because what? Wait a minute. Let me try to get these captions off. Hold on, because we don't need the captions no more. Hold on. Okay, there we go. The captions are off, y'all. Let me slow the video down so we can watch it. Hopefully, YouTube, this is for educational purposes only. I do not condone in bullying or violence. This is for educational purposes only about how life is for inmates inside of the jail. Look at this. Why is he wrapping his legs around him like that? Child. Hold on. Is he saying something? He did say something. Wait a minute. We got to go back because we got to watch what they were saying. Wait, I didn't see the body cam footage, y'all. Hold on. Let's get back to the normal. Playback speed back to normal. And then let's turn the volume up on it. Let's hear what he was saying.
Body camera records as she speaks with Davis in the aftermath.
Did you know this inmate? Were you having issues with him?
You just talk a lot of stuff.
When?
That's all it's on.
Who started the fight, him or you?
Both men are assigned to an intensive protective custody unit because of who they are or who they're aligned with, and both claim the other started it. Another sergeant interviewing the other inmate who's accused of stabbing and killing a man in 2023.
I said, what's up? At first I thought he was greeting, but he had that look in his face. He walked up on me, he had his fist balled up.
Video shows both inmates received injuries in the fight, though it appears in the immediate aftermath, an officer's pepper spray did more harm. And in a building with a daily population of close to 3,000, video shows officers may not have even known the high-profile inmate they were dealing with.
I'm good. Who was the other guy?
Now that trial for what happened here in December will start in April. It's expected to be rather quick. What
Did y'all see the way he had him on the floor and Keffe D just wrapped his legs around? I'm sorry, Lord forgive me. Lord forgive me, because I know fights, you can't control what's happening and all you thinking is you got to try to get the best of the person, and he was probably trying to just hold it down. P.O.P. hold it down. See, some of y'all have a sick sense of humor, and I love y'all for that. Hankin TV said, listen, you got to find little chuckles in what you can. But at the end of the day, y'all, I just wanted to jump on here and I wanted to give y'all that little update with Keefe D. I will be coming back live again probably with some more information for y'all, because I have a lot of court docs that got pushed to the side while I was doing the Tammy Cowan's series, and I am still doing that series. However, I have decided that I'm going to break those things down and give you those videos on Tuesday and Thursday. I'm not really concerned about the algorithm. If people want to hear the information that I have and they want to see the way that I'm putting this story together, they'll tap in. Otherwise, I know the Henny gang got me if nobody else got me, and so does the replay gang. So this was my update for y'all when it came down to Keffe D and what's going on in that trial. If you are on the replay gang, shout out to y'all. Let us know what y'all think in the comments. Y'all, yes, part 3 Hankin will be dropping on Tuesday. I might drop it sooner, but let me just explain this to y'all. And let me turn this music off so that people can hear me very good, even though I know I don't have anybody in here that's like a hater or who has been leaving like side-eye worthy comments down in the comment section. Let me explain something. The question that was posed to us by 50 Cent was who this woman was. So my focus is not on Demetrius Flannery, not in the way that you think. Okay, I'm reminding y'all that he is in the background, but I'm more so focusing on this woman. Okay, I am going to remind you that he's there. I am going to point out things where it's being said and alleged that he's done things. I am going to do all of that. However, you've got to understand, I'm reading these court docs, honey, and I'm all up in here, and I'm far from not sharp. I'm very sharp, and I understand what I'm putting together. I will be doing something when it comes down to BMF as a whole. I will be breaking them down into a series as well. I actually enjoy putting this story together via the court docs. It's a little stressful, but understand I'm working through motions. I'm working through transcripts, which can be very annoying because if you don't read every line for line, you can end up missing some very important information. So I'm taking my time with it, and I don't never want to smut my content out for the timeline or because of the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do stuff like this because this is what people want to hear and see. Unfortunately, my algorithm is a little jacked up, so we don't have the numbers right now, but I know why that is. And what I'm not going to do is compromise my channel, me being in the algorithm and doing what I do for just one topic. I can't do that because I'm a content creator. So you guys will get these lives. Sometimes they'll be 30 minutes. Sometimes they'll be an hour. Who knows? Maybe sometimes they'll be 2 hours packed with information and content reviews and court docs and all of that. But y'all know how we do over here. We have a good time whenever we get together. So yes, we have, I don't know what to call it. What did I say it was over on IG? Henny Mentories? I don't know. Henny's docuseries. I think that Henny docuseries. I don't know. Y'all give me a name for the Tuesday and Thursday series that I'm going to do, and I'm probably going to make them shorter where they could be longer and break everything down into 2-part videos. So, you know, Tuesday, Thursday, you get this. And then next week, Tuesday, Thursday, you get this. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's when y'all are going to get the investigative journalistic storytelling from me, no matter whose court doc it is. Henny docket stories. Oh, I like that. Henny's docket stories. I like that. Docu-stories. I like that. I like the Henny docket story. Henny's docu-stories. That might be the name of it. But yeah, that'll be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So next week, what I'm going to do is I will be giving y'all the conclusion because I'm going to work very hard over the weekend to make sure that I have this broken down into good parts for y'all. So that way it'll be a conclusion to the series. So that means that I'm going to finish off Terry, and then we're going to get into Keffe and them, and y'all might get a bonus video to that playlist too. So it's already in the works. So it's not something that y'all are going to be like, okay, Henny, you tell us that and then something happened. No, this is already in the works. So I thank y'all for supporting that. If you missed out on last night's drop, then please go run that video up for me. I thank you for supporting. I thank you for tapping in and tuning in. If you didn't hit the like button, be sure to hit the like button on the way out. And if you're on the replay gang, hit the like button. It's free. And I'll see y'all in the next video, which could be in a few minutes. Who knows? Peace, y'all.